Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Good morning to you.
Oh, man.
Odie's in the house. Special guest. Greg is back.
Greg is back. Greg's Friday.
Where'd you get that? Let me turn this up. Where'd you get that green shirt? Oh, wait a minute. She looks better than you do.
Always.
So did your wife get you that?
Well, he didn't buy it.
I think so.
Well, I don't have that color is the reason I asked.
Well, you have to go out of town to get this color.
Oh, I got cheated out of that. That is not a Meridian color.
No. This is like a up north color, probably DeKalb, Macon.
There you go. Yeah, missed out on that.
Where's your red at? Remember, everyone deployed.
I keep forgetting.
It is easy. Friday slip up on you, but I did manage to get to the closet and grab the first red object. I do not have many red shirts. I don't.
I don't either, because I think of Alabama and I just can't wear crimson.
Well, the next thing,
sorry.
Oh my gosh, Greg, you'll probably remember this. As a kid, the big thing, pastime in rural Kemper County was fishing. That's really all you had to do.
Right.
And you get halfway across that pasture, and here you come, that big old Bramer bull.
You didn't wear no red around the pasture. That's exactly right.
I cannot tell you the times I've had to run to get away from Mr. Bull.
Well, it probably wasn't your land or your pond either.
Yeah,
that had a lot to do with it, Scotty Ray.
That's true. That is
Y'all
true.
was out cow tipping all
Boy, seriously, I didn't know about. Because we'd only heard tell of people that played golf and things like that. Honestly, as a kid, we didn't know what that stuff was.
You're going to hit a ball so you can go walk and find it and hit it again.
And we would look at it and go, say, do what?
Yeah, I wasn't ever that mad at it.
Hunting and fishing was all we knew. And there's a lot of people that are raised up like I was.
That's right.
And then you get down to Meridian and go, what they doing out there? I learned a lot there.
What's all that land used for? Y'all ain't got no cows on it.
Ain't got no trees planted.
Ain't got no trees planted, and you got a hole right out there.
That's right.
Good morning to you, everyone. We've had a bunch of rain move through the air. Matter of fact, let's go over and take a look at radar to show everybody where this stuff is. We have a thunderstorm watch that is out until 10 a.m. this morning for areas north of Meridian. Let me just show you. All of this pink right here, this is what's going to be going on with this until 10 a.m. Severe thunderstorm watch until 10 a.m. This includes Philadelphia, Winston, which is up around Louisville, Macon, and also here in Kemper County, and then eastward into Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, York, Demopolis, all y'all in this. Now, let's pay close attention here, because whatever's going on here is coming toward Philadelphia. Carthage areas, we see that thunderstorms are moving into northern Neshoba County. Look at this right here. We got some 58-mile-an-hour shear winds happening just south of Carthage. So be careful. Here's Walnut Grove. Here's Lena, just to the northwest of there. Highway 487 is where that's approaching. That's a lot of wind involved with that little nasty storm. Here's the prison in Walnut Grove is due north of there. Highway 35 just west of y'all if you're in that area this morning. And again, I want to remind you, if you're driving an SUV, man, it's tough in those areas with that.
It is. Anything that's broadside like that, that much wind, it can flip them over pretty quick. Hopefully we don't get all that down here. A little bit of rain. Well, we're going to have a lot of rain.
Oh, yeah, that's coming.
Hopefully we don't get the wind that's out of this, but this thing could brew. It could change. It could strengthen.
Well, let's just put it on play here so you'll see what this, I'll call them nasty grams. You'll see this is dipping southward. Kind of amusing to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
I do it all the
weather's
time.
amazing.
Y'all should,
all the colors.
Y'all should hang out with me more often up here. Radar. It is Friday. We do hope everybody's got a big weekend play. Don't forget the farmers market's going to be coming back this weekend. Highway 19 out at the back porch.
The farmers market.
pretty neat there to go by and see what they've got to offer. And Greg, we couldn't help but notice, and you didn't say a word, what's that beside you over here? What you got going on?
Absolutely the best biscuits.
I want y'all to look at this. I got this here biscuit on a piece of paper. And this is what.
You got to turn it right side up.
Oh, let's do it this way. Now, explain, what is this called?
It is called the Busy Biscuit. We are a cottage bakery.
Oh, no. Let's talk about what's in this, because that's where I want to go first.
Yeah, this ain't no regular biscuit.
It is a gourmet biscuit. It is like a sweet biscuit, and it is filled with He has the strawberry biscuit,
Right.
and it's filled with strawberries inside, and it's got a sweet glaze on top.
A glaze, not
Yes.
gravy, a glaze.
A glaze, not a gravy.
That thing is incredible.
I told you. I scarfed 2 of them down before we went live.
Did you try one, Greg?
Absolutely. I just had one. Just one.
Yeah.
Watching you figure.
One of each.
That's right. I got it out there where I can keep an eye on it.
So
Is that not good?
It is very good.
Oh.
Folks, this is incredible. What's this little creamy stuff on top?
It's the sugar glaze icing.
Man, I'm
On a
sold
biscuit.
on this.
On a biscuit.
So what's
On
the
a
name of your
biscuit.
place?
It is called the Busy Biscuit.
Busy biscuit. They've
Yes.
got strawberry, blueberry,
We have all kinds of flavors.
peach when it's.
I've never had a biscuit done like this.
I hadn't either. Now I did eat the sprinkles, and that was a good one. And then I had a snickerdoodle.
Here,
Did you see that? Yeah, bring that big box over there and show
Yeah.
everybody what you got in your
I'm gonna
box
show the
there.
box.
Peanut butter, cookies and cream, chocolate chip, wedding cake.
I'm having to lick my
cinnamon-
fingers.
Oh,
If it's
man.
that's what you call what, finger licking good. Let's cut the camera back over
Finger
there.
looking good.
Yeah, hold them suckers
Okay,
up
so
there,
here's the
Vanilla
box.
White.
This is just a variety box that I had brought for them.
Tilt that down a
today.
little bit there where we can see better. Oh yeah, there we go.
This is
There
a
we go.
biscuit, and that's not gravy on top of it.
Oh, they're good.
That's goodness.
What do you call that icing?
It's
glaze.
just sugar glaze icing, is what I call it.
Oh.
You got a home run here.
That's good.
Yes, it's all homemade from scratch. The biscuit and the icing.
Greg, I found our next business adventure.
Sampling biscuits.
Sampling biscuits.
Hey, I could be a biscuit mascot. All I need is a little uniform.
All you need is a white shirt.
well, let me ask this: with the biscuits in hand next to Greg, and folks, y'all really want to try it. Where do you get these at? Because I hadn't seen a store anywhere.
Right. We do not have a storefront right now. We are a cottage bakery, which means we bake from home, and I do deliver in the Meridian area. I can go outside the Meridian area based off the mileage. There will be a little fee for out of Meridian,
Right.
But I will go outside of Meridian as well. But
Man.
we're on
Greg.
Instagram and Facebook, so you can just message me on there. My phone number is on there. You can text or call me with any orders you have, and I will deliver to businesses in town or meet at a local pickup for individual orders.
Now, is it listed under the Busy Biscuit
Yes.
under?
Instagram is _ the Busy Biscuit, and then Facebook's just the Busy Biscuit.
It looked something like kind of like that.
Yep.
And that's
there
what
I
we're
am.
looking at right there.
Yes. So that is the strawberry biscuit right there on the cover photo.
Wow.
And you can see the strawberries throughout the biscuit and the dough. So that right there is our Easter special that we're offering.
Is that little ears on that?
Yes, little bunny
rabbit
ears. So those are actually made out of marshmallows, those bunny ears.
Wow.
So everything in the box is edible.
I'm telling you, you'll throw that Easter candy at the neighbors if you eat a couple
sure
of these
will.
biscuits.
Look, y'all are not kidding on this. This is incredible.
Thank you.
I was going to hide some of them, like eggs, but
Yeah.
Odie kept sniffing them right out every time I tried to move one.
Looks like you hid 3 of them already.
This morning's not over.
So that right there was our Valentine's special.
Uh-huh.
To the left, we had a little Mardi Gras going on as well. In the center was sprinkle, and then to the right was strawberry.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, in my professional opinion, they're wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
So thumbs up on all that. How long you been doing this?
I have been doing it for about 2 years now.
Now, the rumor was your daddy said it was the only way you could get a date. Is that true?
And he had to come from out of town.
Man, it worked. You have trapped somebody, I'm sure.
That's right.
He gonna weigh about 550, but
That's right.
man, this is great
I
stuff.
have
Really.
actually been doing it longer than 2 years, but I've only been selling them for about 2 years. I've been working on the recipe for since before
All your
selling
life.
them for right.
I mean, she grew up baking. I mean, she didn't just all of a sudden go in the kitchen.
That's right. I
Well,
did grow
give
up
us
baking.
a telephone number for those who may not have
Okay.
that are sometimes challenged like me finding things.
My number is 601-480-9188, and my name is Victoria Martin.
Victoria, we appreciate you coming in and bringing sprinkles with you, man.
Yeah.
Greg, I like your
See,
kind of
well, I
guest.
appreciate y'all
I
having
get
me.
guests that's got groceries.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You bring the vittles with you, don't
That's
you?
right.
We've been-
That's right.
Well, look, we can't appreciate you enough for swinging by and letting us sample all this.
Yes, sir.
Oh, they
Thank you.
were extremely great.
Thank
Yes.
you.
All right, and again, give us those names in case somebody's just tuning in and going, I want to try it. You go to Facebook and where else?
Yes, I'm on Facebook and Instagram.
Check them out.
The
The Busy
Biscuit.
Biscuit. And my name is Victoria. My number is 601-480-9188.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Greg, you keep on booking people here.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, food with Friday.
That's right.
We'll be right back. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Backcountry RV is your trusted RV dealer. Come see the big changes to their location on the 45 bypass. Not only will you find a great selection of RVs, but now you have a more convenient location for all your service and parts needs. Ask about rebates and specials. Backcountry RV is your local authorized Jayco dealer. You can feel the difference in a Jayco. Your trusted RV dealer in this area. Backcountry RV. Exit 157A off I-20 on the 45 bypass.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, and of course Greg is our regular here on Friday mornings. We get reports from everywhere. I got
It's not Greg this time.
No.
it right here on my phone. They're coming in left and right as we go live to North Hills for a comic strip. Naked Man is everywhere in North Hills this morning.
Don't look at
It's this warmer weather.
He was first spotted on 29th Avenue, and he just passed Happy Smiles with a big smile,
Yeah.
grinning.
There you go.
Everybody else
Boogie
did.
dad, boogie dad.
Boogie there, boogie there.
We don't see any police in the scene, but he is there running naked. So if you don't want to see Naked Man, cover your eyes. Not while driving.
Yeah, don't do that while driving.
So one of the, other towns have all these big attractions. We've got this one here.
That's right.
We sure
He's
do.
just in the mood to run in the nude.
That's right.
Just go to North Hills. Go meet up with Victoria with Busy Biscuit. Get you a dozen of these suckers, and you just sit in North Hills, eat biscuits, and wait for Naked Man to walk.
He's going to come by.
Kind of like the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus. He's not liable to show up anytime.
Greg, we're going to go out near Greg's Fireworks this morning. We got a situation occurring out there also. And we do. As we go here, we got a pup missing out near your place on Mont Harb Road and Zero Road area. Anywhere in there. Let's get a bigger picture of his. This is a dash hound. His name is Dwayne. Isn't that right?
That's what it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you happen to see this little critter there, I don't think he's wearing his outfit this morning. It's a little warm. But if you happen to see him, contact Tanya. She'd love to have her dog back.
Yeah, we got bad weather coming. Help get that baby back home before it starts flooding.
Yeah, as we all know, it can happen at the blink of an eye.
Right.
They wander off. They don't mean to, and next thing you know, you're looking for them there. We had a major. How many folks got down in Jasper County watching this morning?
We got a few of y'all out there.
We had a major car chase there yesterday afternoon with the Mississippi Highway Patrol.
It come to a sudden stop, I think.
It did.
Yeah.
From what I understand, he endangered a couple police officers back around the Laurel area. Mississippi Highway Patrol would begin the chase, and it ended there with an accident there. He didn't want to get out at first, I understand.
I imagine they persuaded him.
It wasn't persuasion.
Yeah, just a little bit. You're going to come out.
He did. He left in cuffs. I think the designer ones.
So he gets 3 hots and a cot anyway.
He does. He does.
right.
So that was the latest, and we did have a lot of comments of people saying that he was endangering lives. He was. No one was hurt, and I put that on there. No one was hurt. No major injuries. No highway patrol cars were hurt. But it is scary to see something like this of a guy not paying attention to anybody else's safety, trying to run for whatever reason. Now, I'm sure he had another reason he didn't want to stop. They always do.
Oh, yeah. No license or
Expired inspection sticker or something like that.
Been out for the last
Something
12 years.
simple.
Yeah. It couldn't have been anything bad, could it?
No.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Now, I reported this yesterday during all that horrible rain. It was coming down, some kind of ferocious in Meridian, Mississippi. And a call came out of a shoplifter. Oof. Well, we hear that a lot. And then we said, what's that I hear? Oh, that was a gunshot. We had somebody do that, and we made a simple post about this. We drove over in the rain and all, and since it was raining, nobody wanted to get wet, but he fired in the air, didn't shoot anybody, and thank goodness. This was on State Boulevard is where all that went on yesterday afternoon.
And
So
people still think that's okay. We're just shooting. Well, I didn't aim at anybody. Yeah, you did, because that bullet's coming back down.
That's right.
So, you aimed at somebody. That's
But
just the way I
thank
feel
goodness
about it.
nobody was hurt.
So the shoplifter shot in the air,
Yeah,
not the people pursuing him.
that's correct. It was a shoplift. He didn't want anybody behind him. You know how you cover your tracks with a
Hedge
pine
brush.
limb?
Yeah.
He was just doing that.
The people pursuing him would have done the shooting. It might break up some of the shoplifting.
It
But that's
could've.
just the
Yeah.
world according to Greg.
That's
What a
the way
great
it went down. But no injuries, and it was all cleared up after a few moments there. Now, I had a chance. I wanted to bring this up.
You're getting pretty powerful there, ain't you?
Boy, we were down in Clark County. I bumped into a lot of people here. I want to say good morning, but we had a great time as we hung out with, had a little meeting down there with Sheriff Anthony Chancellor and also Captain Byron Kemp. Let me get this picture a little bit bigger there. Highway Patrol was out yesterday. We spoke with them, which means, Greg, we got to address something.
The food was good.
Oh yeah, food was. I have. We were
Y'all
over.
had a meeting without me and ate pork chops.
I have never. And Greg, I ain't never had a pork chop like that.
Thick pork chop, and you would think normally it would be dry, but
Yeah.
man, it was done, but it was juicy. Oh my god,
It was the most
good.
moist. Can you use that word? This early?
Yeah, that'll work.
The what?
The moistest.
Yeah, the mostest.
Yes, that word. I promise you, I
Yeah.
ain't never had one quite like that.
It was very good.
So if you ever have a chance, drop into the French Quarter there and visit them. Used to be the former coffee pot.
Correct.
In Enterprise
Sure, they got
there.
it front.
Now, as we were sitting with Sheriff Chancellor, we got word that there had been an incident.
The road gave way,
That's what we were told.
but there ain't no road to give way.
As we take a look here, here's a Clark County truck that is overturned. And as the information came into the
Wait a
sheriff,
minute, is that a Ford?
No,
that's
it's not.
Gummit.
That would be a Dodge, Jody.
I
See
thought I was
the-
gonna have some more parts.
see the ram there? Now, as we look at this, as we posted this, we did report that the road had given way and that the truck kind of overturned there. Well, this is going to be sideways, but I'm going to show it because we're fair on all
How
portions
many
of.
times we tell y'all around here, be careful what you do because everything you do is caught on camera.
It is, and this is sideways. I hadn't had a chance to flip it back over, so you have to kind of do this.
Y'all
This-
can watch it.
But I want to, we're always upfront about what we find out later, and let me
Just mash the button.
All right, here goes. Here goes a truck. Oh, somebody's chasing it, Greg. It went over the hill.
They
There.
couldn't get their foot on the brake quick enough.
Now, somebody said maybe it came out of park. Let's get
Them things don't come out of park until you hit the brake.
Coming from someone who has messed up more than their share in their life, it can happen. And just when you think you do everything just right, it can happen.
It can.
My heart's with the people that this happened to, and I can promise you that I have done worse.
It happens.
But when you get in a hurry and you're 3 steps ahead of what you're doing,
Correct.
you know what I'm saying? And you usually got somebody chewing on your tail about get through, get finished. So we just didn't put it in park. I mean,
And I have done that. I've driven up, turned the key off. Somebody be talking with an
That's
automatic,
right.
and it still be in drive. And then if you get out of there, we're not saying that happened because we weren't on the scene, but that thing sure was rolling.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is a mistake, and we hate that it happened to you, because yes, we are having fun at your expense, I guess you can say.
It was kinda funny.
It's kind of funny. It's a mistake. We hate that it happened, but it is kind of funny.
and it happens to everybody.
It
Sooner
does.
or later, hey, just thank God wasn't nobody in the truck, under the truck.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse.
But who hadn't chased a truck? Do y'all remember the video I got?
I love how he said that. Who hadn't chased the truck?
I mean, really, it has. Y'all, for folks who watch from Kemper County, Chuck Fleming,
Yeah.
Banker's brother. We were at a little league baseball game, and Chuck had a '76 Ford F-150 jacked up 4-wheel drive, and he was attempting to sell this at the
Baseball game.
Baseball game, 4 in the floor. And somebody was looking at it, and he said, "Well, listen to it run." He just reached over in the window and turned the key,
And she crunk up.
and there she went, whoop, toward the baseball
It's
field.
for sale right now, but in a minute, it's not.
It was 10 people chasing that Ford truck.
It can happen.
It can, and that was one of those moments in life that
Yeah.
I still laugh at every time I think of Chuck Fleming. God rest his soul. That's what I think of, that '76 Ford trotting across there toward the little league players.
I wonder how many of those people up in Ohio and North Carolina, well, North Carolina, they'll fit in, but Ohio and everywhere else just watches us every morning going, what are these folks talking about?
Chuck Fleming, he's a legend in the South.
Yes,
That's
he
exactly right.
And I got to remember back, and folks that live in Macon, Mississippi, salute to y'all. But there was a story about somebody up a flagpole naked up there one time. And I'm dead.
that way.
Well, I think they got caught doing something they wasn't supposed to, and they got chased, if I remember right.
So they went up the flagpole.
Flagpole was the only way. He was
There's
a big,
no escape there.
He was seemed like he was like a rather large old boy that came home early, if I remember right.
Uh-oh.
And somebody had climbed out a window. It's been years since I've heard the story, but I heard it was flagpole was the only place to go.
What George Jones say? The race is on.
I was told that actually happened many moons
Gotta
ago.
watch that Chris Oak.
I'd have kept running. I'm not going to climb up a pole. I hope he didn't see me.
I can't remember it, but there's folks out there that know all these stories that happen behind the scenes.
Shirley says she watches every day, and I'm in Ohio.
Well, thank
Good
you very
morning.
much.
I hope Jim treats you right.
Yeah,
You know, I saw him not too long ago.
Did you?
Baby brother Jim, yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. More up and coming as we get this Friday morning underway just for you. Y'all be careful. There's rain out there, and we don't want any incidents happening.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. And welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie and our Greg's with Friday special. Here's Greg sits in lime green.
That's right.
Yeah, glad to have you part of the show. We brought this up yesterday. Pearl Police Department, kind of an embarrassing moment there as they've had to arrest one of their own. Made national headlines out of this as a cop made someone that was arrested lick something up off the floor. He's been fired and arrested. Here's what the story looks like. You can visit our webpage, ScottyRayReport.com, to get all the details. Click on the story, and it's there. It's just a bad situation. If you want to read more about that, it's there for you. Best I know how to say that.
And it is the news, and you have to put it out.
You do.
But again, what gets me is yesterday in the world, 90 million cops did everything right.
That's correct.
And nobody said nothing about that.
That's
but
correct.
One person, and then you hear, oh, look at how the police. No, there's a bad apple in every bushel.
It is like going into a convenience store.
But how many
in a
of
bad mood.
How many of them did everything right yesterday? But one person, kind of like turning a truck over. I mean, how many people completed their job and nobody said, hey, you did good.
That's right. Another thing that I got to do yesterday before we had the meeting with Sheriff Anthony Chancellor, we had a chance to swing by Northeast Park. We had the big Coach Grant out. He was on top of this. Coach Grant Hill, as they had a tournament there.
Right.
That thing's big.
At one time, we'd have over 40 teams in it. I don't know what they have anymore, but
it was a lot.
We used to go 3 days, 40 teams. Nobody slept. You worked for days and days.
Putting that together.
Yes, and it was so much fun.
So I hope everybody enjoyed themselves with that. We did have a lot of fender benders yesterday in and around the area. Let me see here. Something to mention that we did have. Accident Highway 39 about right before you get to the Coca-Cola plant. We had this yesterday afternoon. There's police went for that little incident there. That's a tough place across from Freddy's.
Oh, it
trying
is.
to get out.
And there's not enough room for you to sit in the middle, really.
No, it's not. That's tight.
You got to get in there sideways.
It's really better to go down and circle back.
And
or
come back.
Go into AutoZone. Turn around and get out of there.
You're exactly
That's
right.
got to be the busiest stretch in the city.
If they want to close something and redo it, close that turnaround where you have to take a right and make a Louis.
That would be a good move there.
There's a lot of cars go through there.
Because, if you come down from the bank on the other side and you're thinking, I have to go over to the car wash, during the day maybe it's not so bad, but boy, these drive times at 7 and 5 in the morning, it's
or
kinda,
lunchtime. Lunchtime is bumper to bumper.
We had another fender bender also, North Hill Street yesterday there at Popeyes. That taking a left turn is a toughie there. So if you're ever in that area, go down, go into the parking lot of Ace Hardware, do something else there. Ain't worth risking it, is it?
That corner's just not real easy.
I tell you what. As we move on, what else did we have go on yesterday? We had an accident just north of, just south of Noxapater yesterday. 18-wheeler turned over on its side as we go up there. I had several reports of this. Now, also at the same time, Greg, we had another accident that would be in Neshoba County involving a log truck and a car. And if I'm not mistaken, if I remember right on this, somehow or another, the car hit the logs on the back of the truck. We had one person taken to be checked out at the hospital. We don't know the condition of everybody, but anytime you say log truck car, it makes my hair on my arms stand
Usually
up.
the car don't win.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger, isn't it? As we go to Clark County, our friends at Clark
Hot Topics,
Clark County went blank. We had a boo-boo down there. Toyota with some damage there.
just a little bit.
Yeah, that'll buff out.
What was that song the kid was in here last week? That'll buff out.
Yeah, just buff.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd almost forgotten about that till you said that.
That'll buff out.
What a great saying that is. So that did go on yesterday as well. Coming up, we're going to be doing This Day in History. How well is everybody?
Yeah, let's get caught up on this because we're starting to get a few odd men. Because our Hyundai of Meridian Scotty Ray Report birthday and anniversary. Let's see, we've got Carmen Keller's got a birthday tomorrow. Lisa Branning will be 56 tomorrow. And her husband, Barry Branning, will be 61 Sunday. Ann Hall, 83 tomorrow. Tomorrow's a great birthday day. Wesley and Julie Alphen, 35-year anniversary Sunday. Gabrielle Lawson, 33. And Sarah Mooney McGee, 40. So Rebecca Harper's got a birthday today. So,
all right, as we do some breaking weather for you this morning, I got reports of hail around Philadelphia this morning. Also, we're just getting in a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for Kemper County and also Neshoba County. As we go here, this severe thunderstorm warning is until 8 a.m. 30 minutes remaining on this. A few moments ago, radar indicated thunderstorm moving to the east at 35 miles an hour. Y'all take precaution here as this moves across. We don't want anything happening with you as this storm develops and gets a little wind. As we look here, this has got two fronts on this. This should be near North Bend within 5 minutes. Coy in 13. Preston, you'll have this storm in 20 minutes. And Cypress Mills, where they're all out cooking this morning, it's going to be about 29 minutes before it reaches there. A second storm that we're watching in Neshoba County that's going to hit right toward that warned area is going to be around the Beat Line area in about 20 minutes. So use caution if you're in these areas here north of Meridian. Light showers out to our west there on I-20, but really the rough weather right now is remaining there in Neshoba, Winston, Kemper County, and also Noxubee County. Be cautious, be careful.
Yeah.
Best I can say.
Just be safe today. Leave it a little early. Drive a little slower. And it's not you that you need to worry about. It's everybody driving around you that you need to be worried about. So just make it to work safe.
All right, we'll be right back. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt, whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Bessadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Bessadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954.
Offhand.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie and our special guest this morning, Greg, where we always test Greg's ability to know the future.
I just want to say,
past.
Miss Pam Compton is watching this morning.
What's she doing?
And she's had a long week. And
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and just want to say good morning to her and Mr. Compton, and our prayers still going out to Mr. Compton. Lindsay's watching this morning. Just good morning to them, and everybody. We appreciate everybody coming on here and watching today.
Absolutely. Already 7:32 again with rain, thunderstorm warning if you're just tuning in for Kemper and Neshoba County until 8 a.m. That is roughly 26 minutes remaining on that. So something to pay attention.
You know it's raining when you can hear it in here in the bunker.
Yeah. And it's coming
And I mean,
down.
I can hear it raining, so it's I don't hear that well.
All right, let's go
maybe
back.
I don't listen. I hear.
Greg, you're pretty good at country music of knowing a few things. 1927, this old boy would be married. I think she got famous after she divorced him. I think she was famous, but got more famous. Is that a good way to word this?
Yeah, it could be.
Anybody remember the name Carl Smith?
No.
Yeah, he was married to Johnny's wife.
They were both married, but not to each other, because Johnny was married and she was married.
That's right.
You remember? Yeah.
I'm glad you could keep up with all that.
Who sang that song? When you
They're married, but not to each other. Barbara Mandrell.
Bingo. Greg takes home the gold this morning in the Olympics game. That was a pretty good song.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you go back and you think about Barbara Mandrell, she done a lot.
She
Midnight
was good.
Oil.
Yeah, oh, yeah, she was really good. And what amazed me is she didn't decline. She got out on top. You know what I'm saying? One day, I guess she looked at her bank account and said, I got enough, and went home.
Yeah, do you remember that big house? They done the fontanelle, the thing, that log cabin she had? Maybe
No,
you don't.
that I don't remember.
It had like an ice cream parlor in the basement. It was humongous, sitting on a hill.
But, and as far as I know, she's still around.
She is. You see a little bit of, is it Arlene?
The two pretty sisters,
Yeah.
Louise and
Eileen.
yeah.
Eileen, she works at IHOP.
But Barbara had a lot of cheating songs. That Midnight Oil.
Oh yeah,
And of
sleeping
course,
single in a double bed.
I remember that one. You can eat crackers in my bed anytime.
Something about putting peanuts in Coke or
And
something.
George Jones.
That's right.
Probably her most famous song, without a doubt. I Was Country when country wasn't cool.
Oh, yeah.
I seen her at the Temple Theater, the Jimmy Rogers Festival, many years ago.
I would argue with most that in her time, she was probably one of the prettiest ladies that ever graced country
Absolutely.
music.
And man, could she play a steel guitar?
Banjo, violin.
She was very talented.
She did what others could not.
That's right.
We love us some Barbara. We need us some Barbara Mandrell T-shirt.
That's right.
We're going to investigate into that. Let's go back to 1935. This guy was born, but we wouldn't really know him. He was kind of odd looking, but he fit the part of what he played. Well, he drove a taxi. Anybody remember that TV show Taxi?
Danny
DeVito, the little guy
Yeah.
there. As we go back to pull this up, this is what it was. Judd Hirsch, I believe is how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
And if I'm not mistaken, this was the guy down here that you couldn't understand. He was the mechanic that wore the white.
The Russian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't remember his character's name, but you really couldn't understand a word he was saying. Back in the day. Let's see. My grandmother, God rest her soul, she didn't have much money in this world, and she was on a very limited check that she got. But each month, it didn't matter. She was sending this old boy about a third of what she got. It didn't matter. She was sending it to Jimmy Swaggart every month. God rest her soul. Jimmy, of course, got into a little controversy there, if y'all remember, at the end.
Yeah.
Big church, and involved a camera and somebody on the side of the road. And
All right, now refresh my memory.
you don't remember that?
Is that
He
Mickey Gilly and Jerry Lee Lewis's
first cousin.
First cousin.
Because if you remember, Jerry Lee was walking down the street and he was preaching, and he gave him a car because he couldn't afford one.
Right.
And that really did happen.
Yes.
But Jimmy, if you remember, it was some lady that he propositioned or something, and he got on TV and cried and said, "Father, I have sinned." I'll never forget that look. That happened back in the day. Same as Jim Baker. Both had their issues, and it proves that everybody is a sinner.
There's only been one sinless man.
Well, they
and that's
just
Jesus
took
Christ
that
himself.
laying of hands a little too far, but
That's
It's
right.
where you put your hands.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You ever heard the song "She's Up Against the Wall, Redneck Mother"?
yes. Jerry Jeff Walker.
That's it. R is for the. How did he spell it out? M is for the mud flaps on
on my truck. Yeah.
And he spelled it all out. Jerry Jeff Walker was born on this date back in 1942. And of course, the song, you go, well, I don't care about him, but you do know the song that Nitty Gritty Dirt Band sang that he wrote. You remember that?
Fishing in
No, don't think about that.
Don't know.
Mr. Bojangles.
Oh, okay.
He wrote that.
He opened a restaurant.
Yep, sure did. But Mr. Bojangles, it was a long song, but man, it was good.
Yeah.
He wrote a lot of other different songs there too, but probably the most memorable song that everybody remembers. 1954, this guy would finally get a job. They would turn it on, and nationwide you would begin to trust him. It was back in the day when somebody told you something, it was. They didn't have a reason to change and try to make it their view.
Yeah, you actually
Walter
believed in
Cronkite.
what they had to say.
But
But
he reported the news, he did not lean it one way or the other. It's kind of like putting the food out on a buffet. Here's what happened. Here it is. You know, it is
Get what
it
you
is.
want.
I'm not seasoning it my way or somebody else's way like some of our media does nowadays.
They do.
You just present it. It is what it is. On this date, so-and-so got shot by so-and-so.
Correct.
That's it. Not whether they were right, wrong, or indifferent. It's
And quit
reporting
hiding.
the news.
And Walter was such good, and that's why people invited him into their homes, is that they really trusted this man.
Right.
Day in, day out, they sat down and watched with him. And I sure hate that we don't have somebody like that these days.
No.
It is.
Scotty Ray's about as close as we got.
Ooh, listen to that. I like you.
That's right.
Not.
Yeah.
This is the first time, I think, as a kid that I discovered who these old boys were. They were going to be special guests, and it would be on a show called Jed Clampett. And they wrote the song to it.
Flat and Scruggs.
Flat and Scruggs.
Lester Flat and Earl Scruggs.
They wrote the theme music, of course, to the Beverly Hillbillies.
That's right.
But their biggest song to date would come out. It was 1950. Can you guess what that might have been?
Flat and Scruggs' biggest. I don't know. They had a lot of good big
I know, but
songs.
this is just, no matter where you go, when you hear the tune, you go, Flat and Scruggs. That's who it is. You know what I'm talking about? Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
That song has been played at every bluegrass festival around. They were good at what they did. And Granny, well, she loved to chase them with a broom.
Yeah.
1956, old boy from Tupelo was making it big, and he got the attention of someone.
Elvis.
Be Elvis, but we would learn later that, well, he took... It's just bad when you find out 100% for sure that somebody took advantage of someone. And there's no other way to word this. Without a shadow of a doubt, Elvis was taken advantage of as we go.
Colonel.
He signed the contract with him today. He got 50% of everything that Elvis made and 100% of anything sold with Elvis's likeness. And
I'm telling you,
That's
that
a pretty sweet deal, ain't it?
it was.
Yeah.
And Elvis would be told what was going on, and Elvis's reply would be, well, I would be nothing if it weren't for him. He felt as though he owed it to, he'd already signed it. The average fee on this is 15%, is
Yeah.
how that works. He took 50.
And then took 100% of anything that
Dolls. And you think about how much
cut
stuff
out
was sold.
anything with his picture.
The Colonel got 100% of it, and he was probably, you correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, he was probably one of the biggest gamblers there were, and he wasted a lot of this money that he got from Elvis. And then you've got Elvis over here taking his 50%, buying everybody Cadillacs, and done good.
And working 365 nights a year. He's
Movies,
working and couldn't even do what he wanted to because the Colonel made him do, the more I read and the more I learn. I mean, he'd have loved to went overseas.
That's where I was going.
No, you can't go there. Because he couldn't leave the country, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm. He had an outstanding warrant or something, if I'm something to that effect.
But if he couldn't control him, it was like the puppeteer. Where if he knew if he ever got overseas or out of his range, people might start telling him the truth.
Yeah,
now, that's just conspiracy theory from Greg.
Well, I'm going to say that you're probably pretty right on target there.
Well, if
pretty
anybody's
close to
making
it.
the kind of money that Elvis was making and working the way he was working, you don't want to let that golden goose out of your sight.
No, you don't.
You
Come back
know?
here, boy.
That's right.
or the Colonel was here illegally. So if he left, he wasn't coming back.
See, and I don't know a lot about the Colonel. I truly don't.
I know he had enough money to burn a wet mule.
He did. Great thought from Greg. Told the truth.
Yeah, I mean, that's just.
If
That
you
is
got
what it is.
50% of everything, and then
Yeah.
I ain't no mathematical genius, but that's a pile.
It would be after Elvis passed away that they would sue to get the rights back of his likeness, and they won in
Right,
court.
well, they should have.
Yeah, because it would have been left to his family had that not been fought.
He was one of those famous illegal aliens from Holland, Brett said.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I appreciate you telling us that, Brett. Speaking of Brett, 1963. I liked one song they did, and I don't. They probably done others, and I just don't know it. I think I heard this at prom or something like that. I think somebody slow danced
On the
to
old
it.
Victrola.
You ever heard of a guy named Brett Michaels?
Yes, but
It was a group called Poison.
Yeah.
Y'all
Pour
know
some
that?
sugar on me.
They
Is that
sang
what
that?
That's gonna be Odie's type of music. That
The only thing that I have heard that now that you bring that up, because somebody gave me a video card one time accidentally to pour some sugar on me, and
you hit them with a 5-pound sack, it was over with.
should I tell the story?
Hey, what the heck?
I am sitting in Ohio, and there's an accident, and it's my job. I'm a safety guy. To investigate.
Said it on my shirt.
Had it on there. Had safety.
Yeah.
I was investigating an
They
incident.
told me I was.
Somebody had drove through somebody's yard, ripped down a couple power lines. This little boy tells, he goes, hey, high up executive. He goes, hey, I've got it all on video. I said, great, bring it to me. He brought it to me. I popped SD card in and I went, woof. I turned every color of purple.
Did it have a lot of other stuff on it?
Well, it was the song "Pour Some Sugar" was on there. His wife had sent him a special package that she didn't want me to see. Greg, I'll never forget his name. His name was Paul. Paul was so nice to me after that.
Yeah, imagine that.
I called Paul. I said, Paul, I think I have something of yours.
No.
And he come running immediately.
Uh-oh, I done messed up.
What you done?
Angie said that was Def Leppard. They all run together.
Oh, okay. Well, the song
I'm
that I
glad
know,
somebody
Def
knows.
Leppard.
Yeah.
Who would name themselves Def Leppard? Let's just be honest. Def Leppard.
That's some of that Odie music again. Like I
that's
don't
somebody-
get that channel.
They partake of drugs to do that. When you think
I would say so.
Def Leppard, Odie. That name don't even sound right.
I liked all of it. I wasn't stuck on one genre. I had a
All that head banging
broad.
junk.
Now, I didn't do the head banging stuff. I couldn't do that.
But the only song that I know by this group and it was pretty good there. He wrote it about somebody that had passed away, ironically, doing drugs. And it was "Give Me Something to Believe In." Bret Michaels, born on this date back in '63. That was outside a sign that says "Jesus Saves." That always stuck in my head. Kind of a slow beat there, and he's been on that show, I think, to where they rehab for the "I'm a Celebrity and I Need Rehab."
How sad is it when that's what you got to watch on TV? I'm
That's
sorry.
bad.
I'm getting like Earl Pitts. You know what makes me sick? I mean,
It's true.
Come on, America.
I mean that just that was one I was scrolling the other night. Teenage mom or 13 and pregnant. I thought, what is this world coming to?
You're right. I agree with you on that.
And I don't think that, and I heard this earlier this morning on the news, it said mental illness is running rampant across our country. And I have, look, mental illness is out there, and mental illness is serious. But I think the biggest part of our mental illness is the pansiness that we've got. Nobody can take the real world. No, you can't do that.
There's a lot of that.
And they can't handle it, and they start freaking out, and you start panicking on every little thing. It's not mental illness. You just always had your way and was never
Can't deal with
made to
reality.
deal with reality, and that's the problem. Reality. You remember we used to tell everybody, reality gonna whoop you upside your head.
And
Well,
it will.
it's knocking everybody in.
Hey,
the
our headbanger, Sandy White, has identified another song by them. Every Rose Has a Thorn. Oh, there's a few other.
Now I
Yeah,
remember that.
hell.
Now I have heard that.
Every rose has a thorn. What's the next line?
I don't have a clue.
Every road.
That's usually right before the lights come on when they'd say you ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
This was, if I remember right, this was a TV show. Was it Desperate Housewives, where there were a bunch of old women in a neighborhood after the handyman guy? Wasn't that the plot of the TV show? To where he was like he fixed air
I thought that was
conditioners,
Snyder.
and they all pulled down the curtains and stared at him.
That was one day at a time.
Eva Longoria, she's a beautiful woman, but wasn't she on Desperate Housewives?
I never watched Desperate Housewives.
But I think that was the plot of it.
Oh, that was another show she was on too.
Was it?
Lived in a cul-de-sac or
That's
something.
it.
Yeah.
A Desperate Housewives.
Somebody.
So both of y'all have watched that.
No, I flipped through it
That
one
one-
night. I couldn't handle it. But I think that I'm getting a yes from Charlene.
Okay.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, Chris Walker.
Well, you can trust Charlene. I mean, she's the trustworthy one in the family.
Yeah, that's bad shape.
Look,
there.
I was about 9 years old, and they got about halfway through this song, Greg, and I didn't understand a word of it. But I thought, that's pretty doggone cool. He'd have 2 hits. He'd be the first guy that ever crossed into country music that sang Spanish.
Julio Iglesias.
Well, you're close. I think they were cousins.
Another one of them Iglesias?
I think so. As we go back for before the next teardrop falls. Freddie Fender. Man, he had more hair than you knew what to do with.
Oh, yeah.
That was 1975. Can y'all believe? I was 6.
I bet he teased that hair.
What's the other big Freddie Fender song?
I'll-
Wasted Days and Wasted Nights. Yeah. That's my Freddie Fender song.
Do you like it better than Before the Next?
Yes. Wasted Days and Wasted... that's a good one.
Man.
That was right before the lights come on, too. Ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
Let's go back to 77. I watched about 2 episodes as my sister liked it. Anybody remember that premiered tonight in 1977? 8 is Enough.
Same thing. One of those things Charlene had. We had
Probably
one
didn't
TV.
get that channel.
Yeah, it was out there. Huh? It was a newer version of the Brady
Brady
Bunch, really.
Bunch, yeah.
So this was funny. How does a
did
guy get
watch
to live
it.
with 2 women?
Do what?
Yeah, he did it. You remember this?
Three's Company?
Yeah.
Jack and the Regal Beagle.
Yeah. Had it Larry, his old buddy, had always got him in trouble. And Mr. Roper, didn't Don Knotts play
Yeah,
the
he
landlord in the basement?
That was he was the second one.
Yeah,
Right.
sure was. And Larry was that guy with the gold chain.
Oh, yeah, he was the cool buddy that hung out at the Regal.
He had
Beagle,
the afro.
Did he sell
and,
cars? About,
You know,
Always
he
got
made
to. That don't mean nothing.
just because you sell
There's
cars.
some reputable car dealers in this world, salesmen.
Say that word again real fast.
Reputable. He always got the.
Call you at
me.
BR 549.
Now,
That's right.
Greg is going to catch this next girl
He
really
watched
quick.
this.
Well, he watched that, but it's what he watches now at Christmas because she is like the main star. She's been married more times than who?
I think that's why that's why he watches it, because he remembers this show here.
And now she grew up to be a pretty girl. I got to give her credit, but she's
Well, yeah.
married everybody and their brother on a Christmas special. As
She's
you go
married
back,
3 times in one day.
the Wonder Years premiered. She's the girl that's on all of those Hallmark movies that gets remarried and dates everybody, the dark-headed girl.
You know,
And it snows,
Yeah.
and then they kiss, and everything's okay. They
That's it.
save the farm.
because he come from out of town. His doctor was trying to take
and
the
they
land.
ran off in the ditch, and the tow truck got them out of the ditch, and they're
Yeah.
waiting on a part for their car, and they get snowed in.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
There you are. You see it all. Whew. She's even, she took over after what's her name left, the blonde-headed girl from Full House, the lead actress in all of the Hallmark shows.
Yes.
I never watched this show. There's a lot of you that did, but I never did. Anybody remember Mr. Belvedere?
No.
Bob.
Never watched it.
No.
But the beer guy there
Yeah, old Bob.
was funny, and most everything that he
Hey,
did.
everything he ever done
I
was
must
funny.
be on the front row.
in the cheap seats again.
He did the Miller Lite commercials, didn't he?
Yes. Yes.
And wasn't he also a part of Major League? Did he have
Yeah,
a...
He was an announcer
up there.
Yeah, he was an announcer.
That movie was funny, y'all.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, he was.
Where they took the cardboard cut out of her, and every win they'd peel a piece of clothing off.
She tried to lose so she could sell the team.
Oh,
Wild thing.
Who remembers One More Day? They were here in Meridian not long ago, and I bumped into them and thought, who are you? You don't look like you did. You don't look like I see you on TV anymore.
Y'all different.
Diamond Rio had a #1 hit with One More Day. It's a good little song. I'm getting a frown over it. Let's look at that
It's all
frown.
right. It's all right.
Yeah, I love
I
song.
was more of a Confederate Railroad guy myself.
I like my women.
That's right.
You know, if you think back on Confederate Railroad of everything they did, they redid a Johnny Paycheck song. It wasn't a huge radio hit, but boy, I sure loved it. I need a little time off for bad behavior.
Yeah.
Some Mississippi boys call.
Yeah.
I like that song. It was good stuff there. Let's go back another year here. 2003, this guy would show up at the Neshoba County Fair. They would have to inform him that, no, you cannot bring that with you out on stage because that's illegal here. He refused to go on stage for quite some time, and there was a standstill. He finally would emerge and come on stage, and, well, Gary Allen made it out there, man to man.
Never heard of him.
He's talented. All I Want to Be Is Her Man, and the list of hits went on. He was good. Now you have to think Gary had some problems, quit drinking, and he was out on the road. And what is the post that ladies have after having a baby? Postpartum depression, and she ended up taking her life, and it drove him back to drinking. And he had together they had 9 kids. It was tons of them, and he was left with all of that. Whoa. Tough situation there. 2008, the Grand Ole Opry. This was back before he had that major stroke. He was on stage as Carrie Underwood was inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. She's a beautiful girl.
She can sing.
Sweet girl. This one, I listed it because it was a hit. It's one of those things you can't give a comment on. I just know that they did it. Need You Now.
Lady Annabelle. Yep.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's my sentiments on that also. That's a look back in history on today.
Somebody asked who did the song "You're the Reason Our Kids Are Ugly."
Conway
that was
and
Conway
Loretta.
and Loretta.
Oh boy,
Now that was funny.
Yeah, it was.
That was a good one.
You just don't get songs like that anymore.
No.
Oh.
Well, the people too sensitive.
They are
you
very
step on
sensitive.
somebody.
Reality
sensitive.
ain't hit them yet.
That's right. like that pouring that sugar on. You hit them with a 5-pound sack of sugar. That's called reality.
That's right. We're gonna get it all at one time. Lord, this thing here keeps on going. And I've had a bunch of people tell me happy birthday on here. Thank you. It's not till tomorrow.
Whose birthday?
Thank you. Mine's tomorrow.
Really?
Tell us.
Yeah. I wasn't going to. Everybody else has done brought.
Well,
it
I
up.
brought you biscuits.
Oh boy, what a friend! You know.
Speaking of, I still got a bite left. in my
You still go. Well, I'm going to go over this, and you knock that out.
Okay.
Mason Jones is 18. Noah Benson, 18 Sunday. Betty Touchstone, birthday Sunday. Keith and Jessica, 17 years. Doggett, I don't know why I didn't put that down. Keith and Jessica Doggett, 17-year anniversary.
She been putting up with
Sunday.
him for 17 years.
Yes. Can you believe
She
that?
needs one of them Nobel Peace Prizes or something.
Somebody made it through, didn't they?
That's right.
Make it through the night. Mindy Singley having a birthday Saturday. Brody Thomas having a birthday. Hallie Spears and Nathan Montes having an anniversary. Lauren Barfield's got a birthday tomorrow. Deacon Vic be 13 years old, and Ben Bigelow's 38 years old. So, happy birthday to everybody out there.
All right, we'll be right back, and I'm just going to warn you, we're going to be a little bit over time today. We'll be right back.
Spring is finally here, and at Paris Kubota, we currently have just under 500 mowers in stock. Z-Series 42-inch for only $43.99 cash or around $86 a month, and we're offering free delivery and pickup. And did you know for only $4 a month, you can also add a Husqvarna handheld to your deal? We've moved to our new location, 2401 Jimmy Rogers Parkway. Stop by in and find you one of these great deals.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows, call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. And welcome back. Here's one of our folks that's been with us from day one. They're great folks, Snowden and Company. You're looking for land, piece of property, maybe a place to just get away from it all. They can help you locate that. Of course, here is Jeremy, too, works there. One of theirs gets the spotlight for the month there. But if you're looking for a home, see Amanda. She does this every single day. She heads up the team. They go out, sell your home, get you a great price for it. Whether you're selling or buying, they'll do that. Now, they'll be closed tomorrow, but by appointment only, they can take you out and show you. closed on Sunday for church. But look at this, just so much you can do and see. Here's a happy couple there that's gotten them a new home from it. The list goes on of people that's used them over and over with each step of their life of getting a bigger home, a smaller home. It goes back and forth with what your needs are. You'll see the number there. It's 453-3937, or go online there. Amanda Snowden, you send her, or snowdenrealestate.com. Visit them online. It's got every house that they've got for sale. You can take a look at it there. Great folks. Visit with them today when it comes to that point in time that you need that. Somebody's 30 years old, March 9th.
March 9th.
Oh, happy birthday there.
To Jonathan.
I don't know if I brought this up yesterday, Greg Odie, if y'all remember this, but a lady, she was a millionaire, was running a illegal business, and I brought it up yesterday, a snippet of it. She had hired a bunch of women, a flash mob, to go in and steal things. And then she was selling them online on Amazon.
They don't call that a business. You're a thief.
That's what she is. She lived in like a $5 million home. Is what she lived in. Guess what's up for sale today?
Oh, special, $499.95.
They're saying that no cash offers will be refused as she gets her legal team together, as jail is in her future. Serious? How could you do that? But she had like 40 women that worked for her that went out, broke in stores and flash mobs and brought Gucci bags and things of that nature back.
And the court needs to stop that sale. Step in and say, nope, this isn't going to happen right now. If you got money to go pay for an attorney or whatever else, all that is seized. And you're going to have this money to pay back who you stole all this merchandise from. Then if there's anything left after you're convicted, innocent still proven guilty. But we're going to stop you from doing this until after this is over with. That's just absolutely crazy.
Now, I haven't gotten the numbers on this yet, but we had some devastation last night as the weather turned bad.
Yeah, up north.
Indiana, Ohio.
Yes.
We have right now 3 confirmed deaths. Mm-hmm. There could be more as daylight breaks and they start shifting through. There was a trailer park hitting Indiana, and they're expecting casualties there. And again, I don't want to go out on a limb because we don't know yet, but think of these families and the folks that lost everything they had.
Our hearts go out to them. I mean, that's sad. And it doesn't just happen right here. You know?
It doesn't. I'm not going to shock y'all on our next lead story there as Biden was out speaking, and the press, his people said, he can't take questions.
You can't.
Back up.
Did he know it?
The answer? Or
did he know he was out speaking?
Yeah, it really, we joke here, but how sad is it? We respect the office of the President of the United States, 100%.
Yes.
But there needs to be capabilities, and you have to answer for your actions of, you got to get press conferences, and he I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican, you got to admit, he seems lost.
Oh, Ray Charles could see he's lost. I mean, I'm sorry. But, you're right. When I was a kid and you heard that Reagan was going to speak, the State of the Union, whatever.
Yeah.
You went and you sat up straight. You know what I think you even put on nice clothes to go to the living room.
Even when Jimmy was
President Reagan was speaking. And now you go, oh, my God, I got to find something to watch. It's boobs on TV again.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's changed.
And I don't care. It ain't got nothing to do with Democrat, Republican, white, black, yellow, red. It don't matter. It's an embarrassment.
You think Orange Jesus is watching this? Somebody that don't even know their name, Doctor Who, What, Where, Well, talk about Orange Jesus. Well, at least he's not hiding behind a false name. But he's probably watching.
But we would never call him a Jesus.
Orange
you don't
Jesus.
do it.
No.
That's
and
anybody.
if he looked like he was going around going duh everywhere he went, then we'd say Trump was like it. But the fact is, Biden walks around lost as a goose.
Yeah, and we would tell it point blank if it was on either party there.
We don't hide behind our name when we do it either. We don't make up something.
As we get near the election of what's coming in November, and then we're going to be headed to the polls of Democrat, we'll have Joe Biden, we'll have Trump. There is word, I'm not sure, it could be somebody fibbing. The Kennedy fella.
Yeah.
They are saying that he is reaching Ross Perot level. I'm not seeing that vibe in America. Are you?
I'm not either.
Did I miss it? Because it could sway the vote.
I gotta ask, what level is Ross Perot?
He took like how many?
He
19%? Was it 19?
he took. Well, he's the reason that Clinton was elected because he took enough away from Bush.
And it put him in office.
Well, I'm sorry. It's time for confessions on Scotty Ray. I voted for Perot. I still think
I did too.
made a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I really did. I thought, and Odie's right. I see now, like they always say, hindsight. But I did. I voted for Ross Perot, and I still agree with what I did. I think he would have been the best candidate. No, I don't.
That's just crazy, is what it is. They're crazy. Every one of them is crazy out there.
He had that little Weasley sound, but it did.
He made sense.
He did. There was a lot of people that donated money to his cause. I think, and I remember him. That was the first time I'd heard anybody say, "The day that I'm elected, I will start working for you." No one had ever said that.
That's right.
He had that little tape deck that had the little bitty mini cassette tapes.
Yeah.
And who sang that that song "Crazy"?
Patsy
Cline. All right, he had that. And every time he'd go to talk, he'd hit that play button and you'd hear her in the background, crazy. That's how he started a lot of his stuff off.
But do y'all think this guy has that kind of power where he
No.
could? I'm not seeing it.
Perot had the power, or he had the following because he had a business sense. He was kind of like what Trump is.
Yeah.
No nonsense. I'm not affiliated with a political party. I'm going on the Republican Party, but I'm a businessman that wants to do better.
We might have an argument over here. What was that?
I just, I don't
get it
know.
out.
I can't get. Yeah, you're right. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican.
No.
I vote for the best candidate.
Exactly.
And what startled me is someone just commented. Perot told us what was going to happen with NAFTA. And
Yeah,
he
sure
was
did.
He was dead on 100%.
Yeah.
Bullseye.
That's right. And for
But so
those,
you better be white. But what I was going to say was the Kennedy name carries a lot of stroke.
it does.
It don't matter who he is,
Jeff
what
Whittier-
he's
Jeff
done.
Whittier.
His last name is going to draw X amount of votes.
Correct.
Now that's
And for those of you who are tuning in and going, what are you talking about NAFTA? Back in 1994, Clinton was president. He
North
signed a piece of
American
paper.
Trade Agreement.
That's
Is that
it. Free trade agreement. And what it done was, if you live in Clark County, if you live in Lauderdale County, you notice all these factories are gone.
Yeah.
They
Nobody's
went
working.
to Mexico. And America was shut down. That's why nothing is made here anymore. Single-handedly the
Destroyed
Clintons.
our own
Yeah.
country.
And Ross Perot predicted it, said it, and underlined it, and everything else.
Jumped up and down as high as he could
Yeah,
reach.
yeah, like 3 foot.
Well, he was
4, but
already, yeah.
Anyhow. He told us what was going to happen, but that's just like, hey, the stove's hot, stove's going to burn you. Well, guess what? Duh.
It
The
did.
stove burnt.
It's kind of like coffee.
That's right.
You've known for 79 years coffee was hot, but you sue for $3 million because you burnt yourself with hot coffee.
But y'all think about that when you go to vote. It does draw attention away
And
from it.
I think he will split some votes
Some.
if he runs. But it's going to vote. He's going to split Democrat vote, not the Republican
We
vote.
got that nasty gram again about fixing that clock there behind Greg's head.
Yeah.
It's a little
Well, I've always been a little off, too, so we match.
Y'all stay close.
Let it go, Odie.
Say, we
We got a coffee mug we're going to give away next. We'll be right back. The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler, Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles, a GMC Denali, or a 2024 Silverado 2500? Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low mileage cars and trucks.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealers are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealers Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
And welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie and Greg in with us this morning. We need to give away that coffee mug to
Yes,
a
do
lucky
that, 'cause
person.
We got David Prancer came in for a birthday Sunday, and Sheila Carney is on our list. So let's see what we got. Dun, 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 dun.
Now, Odie is disqualified. His name cannot go on the list.
All right, so number the one who got it was Noah.
Noah?
Okay, and she came on here and said, if you draw Noah's name, pass it on because he lives in Louisiana.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to hit that button again.
Lucky.
And Mindy
13.
Singley. There you go for a birthday tomorrow. I'm telling you, it's a great day. Winner. And we appreciate you saying that Noah's in Louisiana, doesn't it? You want to pass it on? Because I'm sitting here when I read that, I'm like, I wonder what the chances of
The odds are than to win.
Bam!
Hey, was this an insult or a compliment that somebody just called us Larry, Moe, and Curly?
That's a compliment.
I want to be the ball-headed one.
Well,
it's a close run over there, Cowboys.
so long as I keep my hand on, I'm not in it.
You said that first, though, huh?
And Odie ain't getting no younger either.
I'll be Curly.
In closing, I wanted to bring this up. Bernie Sanders, first time I heard him talk.
On purpose?
Yeah. And it was like, there's no way what he's talking about would America ever accept. Well, some 5 to 6, 7 years later, everything that he was mumbling, it seems the Democrat Party has tried to put into place. And it has happened. He is pushing, if y'all have heard this, for the 4-day work week. Sounds great. But as the economists suggest, should that happen, small businesses would fold left and right because they would have to be open 5 days a week and would have to pay employees
Overtime,
an additional 25% to stay open.
Well.
And y'all think about that. Although it would be great. Maybe it's government jobs that needs to be shut down.
So Bernie Sanders, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying anything's wrong with this. He was raised on welfare. And it is what it is.
Never had a job.
No, he's
never had a job. And the day he was old enough, he ran for office, and he's been in politics his entire life.
He has been.
He has never received anything except a government check. He has no idea what a 40-hour work week, whether it's over 4 days or 5 days, is like. He's
His
never had to
childhood
deal
would show
with
up and protest something and be arrested for the weekend.
Yeah.
That really happened.
So to hear this guy talk about, well, I think this is better for the working class. You are no working class. You've never worked. And whatever he has to say is completely thrown out the door.
For the common person out there that goes, well, I don't understand. But yeah, it does sound great to have only work 4 days a week and have 3 days to do things with your family. But the reality is, financially, we can't afford to do that.
Well, the way to fix that is make it an option for the companies and the businesses, and don't lock it into government control where you have to be closed 3 days, you have to be open.
That's correct.
If you're running a company and you want to work whatever, 3 days a week, 2 days, or 7 days a week, you have that option. It's called America. You should be free to run your business and your company like you want to, instead of these rules imposed by our government.
Because there are some out there that work 4 10 hours.
Yeah, and I ain't got a problem. If it works for you and your business, fine.
Correct. Yeah.
But if you're in retail or something, you need to be open every waking moment.
You sure
If
do.
you want to stay in business, if you want to stay in retail.
You should have a choice in how you run your business.
Magical words. It's time for us to go, guys.
Golly, already?
It is.
And we're already a little late.
Hey, and y'all be safe. I'm telling you, it's raining, it's gonna rain, it has rained and gonna rain. So be careful, drive slow, take your time, and put your phone down.
There you
God
go.
loves you, and we do too. Y'all have a great weekend. Tell them, Odie.
Well, I tell you, we're going to end with a Bible verse again. Psalms 143, verse 8. Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I entrust my life. He will not mislead you. He will lead you down the righteous path, and he will give you everlasting life. And all we've got to do is put our trust and our life in him and ask him to come into our hearts and forgive us of our sins. Guys, we love you. We hope you have a great day. And did you want to say something about some weather real quick?
Yeah, we got a severe thunderstorm warning for Kemper and also Noxubee County until 9 a.m. We're going to be watching this very closely as this storm cuts across. It's going to be affecting DeKalb in 18 minutes, and we'll be at Townsend with 27 minutes. Be cautious, be careful. We'll be behind the scenes watching this storm, especially for you. Greg, thank you for coming in this Friday.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Y'all be safe.
Yep, same here.
We'll be back when?
We love y'all. We'll be back, roughly 71 hours and some change now. We'll see you Monday.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.